All right, everybody. I'm here today with Maurice Mo Williams. He was a former Division I athlete at the University of Pitt and a high school superstar in several different sports. Mo, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming today, man. I really appreciate you taking some time out your schedule to do this with us. Let's start off. What city and state are you from?
Born and raised Erie, Pennsylvania. Been here my whole life, I should say, until I start traveling for football or traveling for work and stuff like that. Other than that, Erie's been my home.
Okay. Can you tell us like what part of Erie you grew up in? What's it like growing up in Erie?
I grew up, everybody know that we call it 17th Street. The 17th Street right up between German and Holland. That's where I grew up, Pretty sure everybody know Andre Henderson, Tony Henderson, R.I.P. Rashid Henderson, Alan Henderson, like all them people. We all grew up together. We was all in this little close environment. Everything with us in that little block was competitive. We could deal with everything, no matter what it was. It could have just been sports, could have just been playing a game in the backyard with each other. It was just so competitive.
What about your family? Did you grow up with both parents, one parent, brothers and sisters?
I grew up with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up with my mom, my brothers and sisters. About the whole thing about the dad thing, it is what it is, Everybody got their own story, but, can't change about what happened, about the decisions that some people made, but yeah, I grew up with my brothers and sisters. Everybody around Erie, at least you from Erie, my family, we got a very athletic family. Coming down from all the way from my uncles, from my mom and my dad's side, so.
Right. Erie, is it a rough place for people who don't really know Erie when you were growing up, or like now?
Yeah, you can say any place is tough though. It's not just Erie, man. People make places tough. You can say anywhere. You can go from Baltimore, you go to Chicago, you can say Erie, you can say Pittsburgh, you can say Cleveland. Anywhere is tough if you make it tough. Just how you present yourself about the situation that you're in.
So as a youth, before you got to high school, how did you get into playing sports?
That's a crazy story that I actually do remember. I remember my cousin was playing for Mark Knight's team, the Dolphins, back in Big City, and I was 12 years old, and I ended up staying the night named Jeremy Williams. And staying at his house, and he had practice one day, and I was like, well, I'm gonna just come with you. And that's when I figured out, like, damn, this look fun, like, I want to play. And I was 12 years old when I actually decided, like, yeah, this is something I want to do.
Oh, okay. So what sports did you play growing up? Was it just football, or was it other sports?
No, it was mainly, the only thing I really got into young-wise, when I was in youth, probably just football and basketball. But then, as I got older, getting into high school, that's when I transpired with track. I did baseball. I actually did football, basketball, track, and baseball my freshman year. But then going into my sophomore year, I had to choose between baseball and track, and I chose track over baseball.
Oh, okay. So growing up, I'm sure a lot of coaches was kind of like, was they trying to get you to different high schools or different people talking to you, or did you pretty much just choose the high school you went to?
Well, nobody coach really talked to me, but this is how it went. My plan was to go to prep. I was doing their football team and everything, and then something transpired where I couldn't be there no more. So the only person that came to actually talk to me about high school was Shannon Boyd. He came to the crib and said, "Man, listen, just come play for me." I don't see why I would choose anywhere else, but he's the only person who came to talk to me and said, "Come play for him." So I chose to play for Shannon Boyd for basketball.
Okay, so you went to Vince. Ended up going to Strong Vincent. And you're really going to play basketball, and you end up playing football too.
Yeah, everybody I knew was playing football too. So, it's not like I didn't know what was going on, but it was just different because being in the youth when you was dominating, then you go to middle school and you're still doing it, but then you get to high school and you see everybody's down there basically at your same level, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was kind of frustrating, especially my freshman year, damn, I'm not even playing. So it's what do I do? Do I stop playing, just stick to one sport, or do I keep going and try to be better, or just as good as everybody that was in front of me at the time?
So your first year of high school, you end up playing JV or freshman or something like that?
Yeah, actually my first year of high school, my whole career of high school until my senior year, we didn't have a freshman team. We only had varsity and JV. So my first 2 years, I did JV, but I did suit up for varsity. I started in my sophomore year. And I started playing, I believe, towards the end of my sophomore year. I played a couple of varsity games. Then junior year, I mean, that's when I started. I started in varsity in my junior year.
What position did you play in high? What position did you play in football in high school?
Well, in high school, my main position I wanted to play was receiver. Like that was my main goal. Like the only thing I thought of was like, damn, I want to be like Michael Irvin, you know, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. Like I seen them play, and I'm like, damn, that's what I want to do. So. At the time in high school when I was starting, we didn't have a quarterback, so I'm like, fuck. I mean, my bad. I'm like, man. I'm like, oh shit. I mean, this is the only way that I can help our team succeed. Like, why not have me do it? And I mean, I'm the only one who. Well, I'm not gonna say the only one. I'm gonna say at the time the only one capable of helping us get our team where we was trying to go.
So I know you end up switching to quarterback, right? How did you like that? Did you like that position or?
Honestly, I didn't, but it was just something I had to do.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, it was not something I hated. But growing up, I did my first like 4 games, I started to like it. But I was just thinking about what way can I help my team win? I can't be selfish and be like, damn, I want to go receiver, put somebody else there, and like what advantage that gave us as a team, you know?
Right.
So I just said, man, you know, I'm just stick with it and go from there.
So I know y'all end up having a great run over at Strong Vincent, football and basketball. What was that like being a part of like a great winning program for like 6 or 7 years straight? Y'all dominated.
I mean, it's definitely one of the good best feelings you can have being winning the program, especially with your brothers that you grew up with and know forever. You know, it's like when y'all have that camaraderie or whatever they call it. You know, you can like we've been jailed. Like we already know each other. So you know, as to come together as a whole team, all of us. Like finally now we ain't got to beat each other. We get to play against everybody else and good to them. So like it was definitely a real good feeling, you know. But we didn't get as far as we wanted to. But we still made I'm gonna say some type of history at Vincent with the team that we had.
Any of your teammates that you want to shout out right now? Anybody that really like pushed you, or some of the guys you talking about?
I can't even say individual. I'll say all my teammates pushed me, man. Like every single one of them. But if I had to say one for sure, it wasn't even a teammate. It was just somebody who was older than me and just always talked to me and they always mentioned me or try to like say like, yeah, you can do this, even though I'm not gonna believe it. Like I would say like even Javon Johnson, like me and him always talk like about things that he felt like he knew I could do, shit that I didn't even believe in myself that I could do sometimes. So definitely Javon. Definitely 100% all my high school coaches, Lumpy, Spooner, Coach Owen, Coach White. I'm pretty sure some other coaches I can't remember right now. You know, definitely they helped me out a lot, especially 100% Lumpy. His main goal was to make sure we won the lot, make sure that we was getting out of the area, at least getting a chance in college. And he made sure that a lot of us did that, especially out of my year and people after us too.
So I know y'all had a big rivalry with McLean back then, with General McLean, and I interviewed Drew Astorino, and he brought your name up. One of the guys he remembered. So you want to talk about that? What was that like, that rivalry with y'all and McLean? What was that like?
It was like, I think the way the rivalry kind of started is like when, it was just, I think the first time they came up here and played us, like, we had turf field, you know, had actual turf. We didn't have the turf we had now, this turf. They used to always come up to the end zone and put like the grass from their field in our end zone, and we would walk out, and they made sure when we walk out we see it. So it was like, damn, like y'all really gonna come up here and bring the grass to the turf? So now, like Deion said, it made it personal. You know, like it made it personal. So after that, it wasn't like a personal, like meaning like something that was like, it was personal as in the football aspect of things.
Right, it was a rivalry, right?
Yeah. So like other than that, like they were definitely, they had a real, they weren't the most talented team. I don't want nobody to take that wrong. They weren't the most talented. They're fucking very disciplined. Like they trusted everything their coach said, and they did what their coach told them to do, and they followed the game plan by suit. You know, like they ain't try to deter away from it because they try to use they couldn't use the athletic ability to change what they want to do. And sometimes in our thing, what we did, we're so fucking athletic. Like we try to do shit that we shouldn't even do. Like there's times I went to, I was like, fuck, I'm calling my own play. You know, like, but you know, that's comes with the discipline of the game. You know, being young and everything. I mean, everybody. I'm pretty sure a lot of people did it, but they're a good team. Football, basketball, they're a very good team. They're definitely a rival. And I mean, every time they came to play, nobody really sweated them.
Right. Now I played, ended up playing and getting to the Western Final game in high school, and we ended up losing to a nationally ranked team. They had LeVar Arrington on the team. They went on the next week to win the state title. I know y'all got to that position several times. How did you want to talk about that a little bit?
We got there. I think it was my sophomore year. We got there. I think it's the same year of football and basketball. We got to the Western Final. Both games are at Slippery Rock. Football game. I mean, if you was around, I'm pretty everybody know the story about the last catch with Gary and everything about all this, man. But you take away some of the things that we did prior in the game, and we never really came down to that. But like I said, that comes with discipline. Same thing with basketball, man. Like, we had the talent, we had everything. Like, that just goes so you lose by 1 point, but you go 9 for 20 from the free throw line as a team. It's like, damn, like, we had the game, but
just some simple things like that.
Simple things,
yeah. So I remember seeing a race one time, and you raced against some real good athletes in this race. It was out at McLean, because I think the Meats was out there at that time.
Yeah.
And I remember, I mean, it was some significant guys in that race, and you beat them by quite a bit. So you had some tremendous athletic ability. Most people dream of having what you had, you know. So I know you probably got recruited a lot. Can you talk about that? Any schools that were looking at you, or?
Yeah, I got all my offers literally came from football. I used track was just a crush to get me better at football. I mean, same thing with basketball, you know, but I still love I still love the sports the same way. Well, I can't say the same way I do with football, but I still love playing those sports, you know. So, I'm pretty sure track definitely had a big part to play with me getting to college and even getting in the professional leagues and all that stuff. Though, you know, track was fun. Like I said, being growing up with everybody else, like, man, everybody. When you say let's race, like,
it's just
everybody gonna race. Like, no matter how far it is, we're gonna want to win that race. Like, so imagine just being from 12 years old, just racing all your life, and now you get to do it in front of the stage, in front of people, and actually win something from it. So yeah, I took track definitely. Track was definitely first. I ain't like losing nobody. Even like Lamont McWilliams, Bijan Heidelberg, Deshaun Crosby, Poppy when he played, Mario Henry when they did track. I can name a lot of people that I was fast, but until I learned actually how to do track, and that's when I figured out how fast I could be. You know, and then like that's another person I got to give a shout out to about him. My speed with Reggie Houghton. He trained me a lot. He got me right. And I mean, like I'm saying, like it's like these. That's why I want these young kids to know. There's a lot of people in this city that can help you do better than everything. Like no matter what sports you're doing right now, there's a lot of people sitting around here waiting to help y'all. Like even if like people know. Like there's times I try to train people. I don't charge people, so especially kids. You want to get trained. Y'all want to get better. We can go right here, right now. It's nice outside. Like just train. If I know you want to get better, then what would I charge you to get better for? I ain't get charged to get better, so why would I charge you?
Right. So you end up going to Pitt, committing to Pitt, right?
Yeah.
What was that like when you stepped on campus at Pitt? Can you tell me what your experience was like down there?
When I got down there, when I first went down there on the visit, it was like I looked around and said, like, man, this is basically just low-key, just a bigger area, so I figured I could fit in good here, you know. Everything was going good, but like I said, being young and dumb, like that's what people understand. If I understood the type of opportunity I had if I could have, like everybody said, if I had the mindset I had now, if I had it back then, like I'd be a millionaire right now. But at the same time, like mistakes is a life lesson. You either learn from them or you don't. So I don't regret anything that happened with me. But I do regret some things. It wasn't nothing bad, but it is what it is. Life got to go on. But I still actually had the opportunity after I was there and I left too. So it wasn't like a bad thing.
Right. Did you start as a true freshman?
I started. I started against Virginia, I started against Cincinnati at Pitt. I played against South Florida. That's when I had my only touchdown in college. I played against everybody, really. And
that was your freshman year, right?
Yeah, I didn't start. I didn't start a lot of games, but I probably started 3 games out of all the games we did. But only game that year, my freshman year, I didn't play was against Navy because I sat out the game because I had thigh contusion. So that's the only game I didn't play.
How did you feel your talent stacked up against what was the other guys that was there at Pitt? Did you feel like you was on the same level, or?
I don't even sound
better?
cocky. I just feel like I was always better because I took what they did to try to do better than them. You know, if you're not taking what everybody else doing, that what they doing better, you try to better yourself at it, then like you're never gonna be better than that person because there's something that they're doing better. You know?
Right.
So like I don't know, I always came with the mindset is I was the best, and I never tried to make myself feel like I couldn't be better than nobody. So I always thought like, and I use my speed. My speed was my key. Like my speed is my key. Like if I can do, I know I'm faster, man. But if I can do everything they doing and faster, like I know I can win. I know I'm gonna win that position because I'm doing it faster than you. So like, I mean, it wasn't no disrespect to them because everybody was talented. It's Division I college. I mean, everybody is not just as good as you, not 2 times better than you. So like, I mean, I just try to use my natural tools just to guide me the way that I feel like it would guide me the best.
So what ended up happening at Pitt? What ended up happening down there for you?
Being young and dumb, man. Just when I started playing, I just feel I was just stupid, just not going to class and just not doing the right thing, basically. You know, just living in the moment, still thinking about the future, things like that.
So you end up leaving school or being ineligible or something like that?
Academic eligible in I believe it was summer 2008, and then they tried to get me transfer me to Edinburgh, and that's when I had my son, and I ended up leaving Edinburgh and just going home.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you played some pro ball, right? You played some semi-pro, or did you have
Yeah,
I've heard that you tried off in the NFL also too.
Yeah, I did. After I left Edinburgh, I think I stayed I didn't do football or school for 4 years. And so 2011 came around, and that's when I found my first arena football contract. I was playing out in Canton with the Canton Cougars, and that was a CFC, some CFL, CFS, I don't know. UFL.
Okay.
I did that, and then after that year, I had played 17 games, ended up with like 40 catches, over like 20-something touchdowns, and I can't remember how many yards. And then that's when the NFL team called me, the Cleveland Gladiators, the next year, told me to try for them, and I ended up making it with them from 2012 to 2015 is when I was playing in the NFL. But prior in those years, 2013, I ended up signing with the Colts after the season I had with the Orlando Brothers for the NFL. So I was out in Indianapolis, everything was going good. I was literally working my way up the depth chart. Like seriously, I mean, everybody can say anything they want, but I know what position I was playing. At the time, the receivers on the board was Reggie Wayne, Darius Haywood-Bay, can't remember this other guy. He played for Ohio. Dante Hart right now. He's number 15 of Ohio. He ended up playing. Levon Brazil. He was there in the Whaler. Dylan, he's number 17 for the Colts. He played for a minute too. And then it was me. So, but then one practice, I was running and I ended up tearing my hamstring off the bone and running route. So I ended up signing injury settlement with them. And then so after that, I went back to arena for a few more years and ended up winning the championship. But then that's when I found out I had tendonitis in both my hamstrings. So, and I was wondering why I kept tearing them. I ended up tearing my hamstring for 3 straight years. So that's kind of as to why I stopped. Well, I didn't stop. That's kind of why I ended up leaving the coach. So I ended up signing injury settlement.
Right. So when you look back at your career, like all the way back, do you have any like, man, I wish I would have did this, wish I would have did that? Do you have any of those type of moments ever?
No.
You happy with everything?
Happy, man. You can't. I mean, from being a Division I recruit, going to Division I school, basically failing out, and then still having a chance to have a 9-year pro career. You can't have no regrets about that, man.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I say, like I do regret some of my actions, but my actions never had anything to do with my pro career.
So kids growing up now in Erie, it's another Mo Williams coming up. There's 10 of them out there in Erie right now coming up.
Yeah,
Tell them some good advice from Mo.
All I'm gonna say is one thing I do want to say, and I ain't trying to disrespect no schools, nothing like that, but like it don't matter what school or high school you go to, as long as you apply yourself as a young man, young lady, somebody who show character, somebody who they know they can believe in, somebody who know that they gonna want to win. I mean, it don't matter what you do, you always got a chance to go further in life, whether it's sports, whether it's being a doctor, whether it's something, starting your own business, whether anything. Like, you just gotta have the mindset that you believe in yourself and it's something that you want to do. And once you pick that path, you just gotta stick to it and just go with it, and you just gotta let it unfold the way it unfolds.
Before we wrap up, Mo, I know your mother was a heck of a woman. You want to talk about that a little bit, about the value of a good parent in a kid's life, where kids listen to their parents and things like that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's times, I mean, of course, everybody didn't listen to mom growing up, you know. So, I mean, some of the things, like, a parent instill into you, especially a single parent, especially a single mother, you know, they try to instill into you is discipline. They try to instill respect and make sure that, you know, whatever you're doing, they know that there's consequences behind it, you know. And some people listen to it, some people don't. But at the same time, you gotta write your own story. You gotta you gotta live your own story. Can't nobody live it for you. So I mean, it's up to you. I mean, as you should. Yeah, everybody should listen. No matter you get advice from. No matter, you can't be never. One thing I've always been told: you can never be too old to receive advice. So, like, you know, I mean, just whatever if there's anything somebody telling you that's older than you or has been through something, just listen, just take it in and just let it soak into you until you feel like if it ain't working, then just go talk it out again. Like, you never know. So
that's great advice, Mo. Really great advice. So we'd like to thank Maurice Mo Williams, for being here today. He was grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania, went to Strong Vincent High School, ended up going to Pitt University. He was also a professional football player, and we'd like to thank him for his time today. Thanks, Mo. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
Man, everybody, you know, just live their life to the fullest, man. Just hold back and don't think, just live with no regrets, that's all.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.